Ladies and gentlemen, what an eventful day. So, just before I went to work this morning, like literally I was about to walk out the door, and I get an X notification from Shams, and it says, James Harden, I guess, told a bunch of people in China that Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will not be a part of any organization that he's a part of. End quote. Let me say that again. Like he said all this. I'm quoting it word for word. Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will not be a part of an organization that he is a part of. So, I'm just going to say this, okay? Let me tell you what happened here, okay? Daryl Morey, I think, promised James Harden a max contract. That's what happened. Daryl Morey made a promise that he could not fulfill, okay? Or a promise he could not deliver on. And now James Harden is all pissed off because he didn't get a max contract. Not that he's going to get a fucking max contract anywhere else he goes, by the way. So he decided he's going to come out and publicly fry the GM. So that way not only does he not get the asking price for James Harden, but now he gets significantly less. Like, this is a man who is now officially tanking his trade value over a max contract that he is not worth. Okay? Holy shit, man. You know what? I just think to myself, man, James Harden is incredibly delusional. I mean, incredibly delusional. How much money has James Harden made in his career? I am very curious. James Harden, hold on. James Harden career earnings. James Harden has made over... So, how much money has James Harden made in his career? James Harden's estimated career in the NBA so far has seen him make over $300 million in the NBA. Most of his money comes from his time at the Houston Rockets, where he earned close to $165 million. And Brody is fucking peed off that he didn't get another max. Bro, you made 300 bands. 300 bands in the NBA. You have at least $150 million, okay? And you out here hurting over money. You out here butthurt as a bitch over money. It is fucking insane to me. You are 33 years old, my G. It is time to start ring searching and not bread searching. You want bread? I got fucking zucchini bread and banana bread out in the kitchen, bro. Alright? You need to stop going for money, okay? You are this mad, you are this upset over a max contract. You're making $37 million alone this year, bro. I mean, it is amazing to me that this man is so worried about money and not worried about his legacy at all. Like, James Harden is one of those players where after I've seen all of this, I'm kind of like, James Harden strikes me as a guy who cares about his money, and it's my way or the highway. That's what I'm getting out of this. I mean, literally the best opportunity for you to fucking win right now is in Philly, okay? Especially in an Eastern Conference that just lost Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, okay? Your best opportunity to win any motherfucking thing is right now with Daryl Morey, okay? And you just got a new head coach. And you have Joel Embiid. And you have Tobias Harris. And you have Tyrese Maxey, but you're worried about some bread. Yeah, that's what you're worried about? One of the greatest scorers this game has ever seen, and you're worried about fucking money? You are worried about money? That's what you worried about? James Harden? That's what you worried about is money, my G? I mean, you have played with Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook and couldn't get it done. You played with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant and just said, fuck it. Like, I'm not doing this either. Now you're playing with Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and Tobias Harris, and you're still not happy. I can understand the Houston thing. I understand Houston did, like, nothing to help you out, but, like, fuck, bro. I mean, you've played with Russell Westbrook twice. You've played with Kevin Durant twice. I mean, What is not like I'm not under fully fucking standing because like you have the reigning league MVP on your team and you have a chance to win. You're making 37 million bands. And you're out here, oh, Daryl Morey's a liar because I didn't get 4 years, $120 million, even though I scored 22 points a game and dished 10 assists. Okay, yeah, you're a decent efficiency-wise player, but you're not even a fucking all-star anymore, bro. Like, the days of James Harden even being a fucking all-star are, like, behind him at this point. I mean, it's just like, I don't get it, bro. I don't understand it. Like, if I were in the NBA, right? And I've been in the NBA as long as James Harden has, and I have not won a ring. I am, in fact, known for being a playoff choker, okay? I would want to prove those people wrong. Clearly, James Harden has given up on that, and this isn't good. Sorry, but this isn't helping your fucking case. Like, is something wrong with Jay? Like, is this my favorite saying in the world? Is this some comprehensive fucking burden for James Harden to understand that, okay, first of all, you and Daryl Morey should have known that when you picked up your player contract that neither one of you were going to get what the fuck you wanted out of it, okay? Daryl Morey knew that he wasn't going to get much for James Harden, but he's going to try to. And James Harden knew he wasn't going to get a max contract, but he's going to try to. And both of you are going to fail fucking miserably at it, okay? That's what's going to happen here. And the only hope in the world that Daryl Morey has as of getting something back for James Harden is like Trae Young, or maybe the Pelicans are feeling, I don't know, frisky and decide they want to trade CJ McCollum for fucking James Harden or some shit like that. But outside of that, I'm sorry, I don't see many teams offering a whole fucking lot for James Harden, considering he changes teams every year. He's now out here publicly roasting the GM because he didn't get the contract he wanted after he loved Daryl Morey in Houston. But oh, we come to Philly and you don't pay me my money, all right. Sorry, we're not friends anymore. I mean, like, bro, is that how James Harden operates? Is the idea that's like, if you're not paying him money, you're not his fucking friend? Like, I don't get that. I don't understand this, okay? Then, even if you get traded to another team for pennies on the fucking dollar, even that new team is not going to give you a max contract. So what are you going to do now? Go to the Clippers or the Knicks on a vet minimum deal and look like a real stupid motherfucker? I mean, because then, not for nothing, but even if you do that, like, sorry, I'm still taking Philly, and I'm over both of those teams. I'm still taking Philly over the fucking Clippers, and I'm still taking Philly over the Knicks. Philly is a better team than the Knicks are, and on top of it, like, the Clippers, it's like, how many, like, you have two guys over there who are lucky if they played, 55 games for you? They have to do load management. They don't even have anywhere near as much depth. I mean, what are you doing? James Harden. I can't believe that. I cannot believe he actually came out and publicly roasted Daryl Morey for not giving him a max contract because he's not worth a max contract. Like, if he were worth a max contract, don't you think teams would be more actively trying to trade for James Harden? Nobody fucking wants him. Nobody wants him because he can't stay on a team and he wants money that he is not worth. I mean, I don't get it. I really flat out do not understand this move at all. And then on top of it, you come out and then roast the GM that's trying to trade you. So now, not only did you tank your trade value even more, but on top of it, it's like, even if you go to a team that you want to go to, they're not going to give you a max contract. Like, James Harden is not going to be happy anywhere he goes. Okay, so what's the alternative? You don't get a max contract and you play in some shitty organization that you don't want to be a part of? I mean, Nobody even wants to trade for James Harden because he's on a 1-year deal. I mean, not only is the trade value not high, but nobody wants you because you'll be gone at the end of the season. I mean, this is just a guy who is desperately trying to get out of Philadelphia for whatever fucking reason. Then on top of it, I just think to myself, right? Even if the 76ers invite James Harden back, after seeing this and James Harden shows up at training camp, I have a feeling he's just not going to play. Like, James Harden seems peed off enough that he just He's going to say, fuck it, I'm not playing for Daryl Morey. So, I don't know, maybe he's hoping the team will waive him and he can just go to wherever he wants, but I still don't think that's going to happen. Like, even if you're Daryl Morey, if this is how disgruntled James Harden is over some money, then, you know, you might as well take your pennies on the dollar and at least get something for him rather than get nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you know, at this point, Daryl Morey has to do what's best for the team. Completely, 100%. You know, before I was like, you know, I still thought Daryl Morey had to do what was in the best interest of the team, but I thought that he could at least try to respect James Harden's wishes, and he tried to, but after this stunt in China, this publicity stunt he did, nah, fuck that. Trade him for fucking Raul Neto for all I give a fuck. I mean, this dude is never going to win a ring in his life. He cares too much about money. It seems like if you just, like, if he thinks he's worth something and you tell him he's not, then all of a sudden he's like all, you know, in his feelings about it. So, I don't know, man. I don't get it. I don't understand this move at all. I didn't understand picking up the player option to be traded. Like, I don't, like, if you didn't want to be there and you are this disgruntled, if you are this disgruntled as James Harden, why the fuck did you pick up your player option? Like, what changed in the past couple months that, like, you suddenly just are, like, you're calling Daryl Morey a liar and you will not be a part of any organization that he's a part of? What has changed in the past 3 months or 2 months or whatever that this is now your stance? Okay, did he promise to trade you to the Knicks? Did he promise to trade you to the Clippers? Did he promise to give you a max contract? And I'm assuming it's a little bit of all of that. Like, he made a promise to trade him to the Clippers. Maybe he made a promise to give him a max contract and he didn't fulfill on that. But it's just the idea, bro. Like, I kind of think James Harden needs to look in a mirror and be like, you know, I'm 33 now. I'm not backpacking teams to the playoffs by myself. If anything, Joel Embiid is the guy doing that on my team, not me anymore. And I really don't understand why he would want out of that situation. He is literally in the best situation right now for him to win, and he thinks going to the fucking Clippers is going to change that? You think going to the fucking Knicks is going to change that? Like, I'm sorry, but in both conferences, there's a lot of teams that are better than you, okay? Like, sorry, there's a handful of teams that I can think of that are better than the Knicks that have a shot at going to the playoffs before they do. And the Clippers, they're in a conference where it's like, you got Phoenix, you have Dallas, who just got significantly better. Like, you have the Lakers, who got significantly better. There's so, like, not to mention the Denver Nuggets. Like, sorry, but there's a handful of teams in the Western Conference too that I'm just like, okay, like, the Clippers are not my first pick to win the championship this upcoming year, even with James Harden on their roster. If they don't trade Paul George or Kawhi Leonard for him, even if he was there with them, I'm still not bought all into that. And on top of it, like, why the fuck would the Clippers want James Harden anyway? Russell Westbrook played well enough for them to be serviceable. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never thought I'd say that. This is probably the one time ever on my channel you're going to see me show some respect to Russell Westbrook, but Russell Westbrook did play better for the Clippers last season than he did for the Lakers. And I just think to myself, if you're the Clippers, you don't really need James Harden. Sorry, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what his train of thought was on this, but this is not a smart move. It's just not. And you know what? Anywhere he goes, he's going to go into free agency. You know what's going to happen? Okay? James Harden's going to go into free agency. And some team, maybe Miami or something like that, will promise him the fucking world to come there. Okay? Like, if I were a GM, this is what I would do. Let the fucking 76ers waive him if they do. I doubt Daryl Morey will do that, but let the 76ers waive him. And then in free agency next year, you promise James Harden a max contract. That's what you do. You say, we want to sign you to a 1-year deal, 1-year vet minimum, and then at the end of the year, we'll give you a max contract. If he'll fall for that, I don't know. He seems like a guy who would probably do that just to piss off Daryl Morey, just to go to some other team. And then you just don't pay him. Then you just let him walk after you won your championship, and then make him decide if he wants to come back or not. I'm not saying that'll work, but it sounded good, right? So tell me what you guys think about this down below in the comment section below. Like helps me out. Subscribe if you guys want to see more on the Fast Break Report. And out of this motherfucker. Peace, guys.